Hey guys, so I'm going to be reading this again. Let me finish it. So, hold on. Great, Justin reaches into his knapsack and pulls out a pencil with Alabama written on it. This is for your collection, Mr. Corn. Great. I'm on the next page. It would have been nice if Justin had given me a new pencil too. Finished with his math, Justin picks up my paper and checks it out. He finds 2 mistakes, shows me how to do it correctly, and then helps me finish up. Fractions are not my favorite thing. We're on the next page, obviously. We enter the win on a scorecard that Justin keeps on his desk. We've been keeping track since the beginning of the school year. I'm ahead 222 20 to 199. The lights flick off and on. Clear your desk, get ready to pay attention. Justin is going to tell us about his trip. Everyone gets ready and Justin goes to the front of the room. I'm sure that he's not going to tell them everything, that there will be some stuff that he'll just tell me. Justin begins. We left very early on Saturday morning. He's wearing a brand new sweatshirt that says Alabama. Personally, I don't like the sweatshirt. I wish he had a sweatshirt that I know. He continues, the airplane trip was really fun. Before the plane took off, the flight attendant let me go up front and see the cockpit and meet the pilot. They gave me wings to wear. Like an angel, Jimmy calls out. So where's your halo? Jimmy, Mr. Crayon uses his teacher cutted out voice. Wings. Justin points to the pin on his sweatshirt, and then we sat down and the plane went up. And this lady in front of us threw up into the bar bag. Ew, yuck, gross, and yeah. A few of the comments from the class. The comment from Mr. Cole was, Justin, continue page without all the gory details. Justin continues. He calls out. He talks about meeting his dad at the airport, about the motel they stayed at, with a game room, swimming pool, room service, and everything. Then he calls us how Mr. Daniels had been looking at lots of houses, and they all went around to check the ones he liked the best. and they found one that they all liked. They picked it out the first day. I thought buying a house was supposed to take a long time. Justin tells us how big the house is, how he and Danny are gonna have their own room, how his mom said that he could put a baseball player wallpaper in his room, and how there was a special area in the backyard with a basketball hoop. Any other kids there? Hannah asked. Randy gives Hannah arm a shove. What's that for? Hannah rubs her arm as if she'd run over by a bulldozer. I just asked a simple question. Randy looks over at me. I stare ahead as if nothing's bothering me. To prove that I'm not upset, I repeat Hannah's question. Any other kids there? Just a nod. Lots next door. The family has 5 kids, 2 old enough to babysit for Danny. One milestone. They call him John. They call him Junior. And one Danny's age, Jim, Bob. Twins. Tiffany Schroeder asked. No, Justin explains. A lot of other people there have 2 birthdays. Great, I think. Next thing, we're going to have to start calling him Justin Bob. Justin goes on. He tells us about the university where his dad works, how there's a great game room, and how there's lots of stuff to do. Then he calls us out about the school they visited. The school that is going to be his new school. He goes on about how they not only have desks, but they have their own lockers. About how it was just built a few years ago. About how instead of just 1 third grade like we have at our school, there are 4 third graders. How you don't have to bring your own lunch because there's cafeteria that serves complete meals. How the school even has air conditioning. Justin keeps blabbing on. I keep waiting for him to meditation. The very important thing that his new school and neighborhood doesn't have. Me. But he never does. Chapter 7. I'm tired. Daniel's house looks like a cyclone hit it, then a tornado followed by an earthquake, and finally a meteor fell on it. What a dump. Mrs. Daniel looks around her kitchen. There's stuff all over the place. Pots, pans, dishes, boxes of food, spices. The place was a real mess. Kind of like my bedroom usually looks, but not all like the Daniel's house looks normally. But I guess there's no more normal because everything's getting packed. Mrs. Daniel sighs. Kids Please stay out of my way. We've got to. We've got to get out of here in 2.5 weeks. I wish I didn't even have to be here now, but my mother and had to go to work for a couple of hours, even though it's Saturday. 2.5 weeks. When I first found out that they were actually moving, I had 5 weeks to get used to the idea. Now the time is half gone. Justin won't even talk to me about the fact that he's leaving. He keeps asking if everything is the same. Okay, here we go. I keep wanting to talk about it. He won't. He's driving me nuts. Every time I mention it, he suggests we play or make something or watch a video. Okay. Every time I say, Justin, I want to talk to you, he says, I don't want to talk. I don't know what to do. Sometimes I think about talking to my mom about this, but she's already really sad that the Daniels are leaving. He and Mrs. Daniels have been friends since Justin and I were in preschool. Kids, I repeat, do me a favor and stay out of my way today. Mrs. Daniels says, I've really got to get this stuff packed. I've put some boxes into your bedroom. Justin, I want you to go through all of your things. Throw out the things that are no good. Broken. No good, broken. No good or broken. Put the things that are still good, but that you don't want in a box to give away to charity. Yeah, Justin yells. His mother looks at him. Justin Daniels, you are not going to try and give away that suit that your grandmother sent you. Rats, Justin frowns. I'll help, I offer, wondering when I turned to the Queen of Clean, heading to Justin and Daniel's room. He said, already packed and labeled boxes. Justin picks up a basketball and throws it at me. Throw it back. Soon we are playing a game of points for hitting the other person. We made the game in 2nd grade. 1 point for a chest hit, 2 points for a direct hit to the rear end, 3 points for the big toe, the pinky and the belly button. You can lose points. You can lose 5 points. You can lose 5 points if you hit the person in the head or a certain other places. 3 points. Yes. Justin smashes the ball into my shoe, right where my big toe is. Mrs. Daniel comes into the room and -20 for you for not doing what I said. Look, we still have a lot to pack. I sent Danny over to his friend's house so that we could get more done. Now I'm treating you like a big boy, Justin. Please act like one. Justin looks down at the floor. I wonder how come when adults say things like, I'm treating you like a big boy or girl, you end up feeling like a baby. She leaves and I say again, I'll help. We start going through the stuff in his closet. In the important box, go to his best baseball card collection. 3 blue ribbons from the county fair ledge races. We always win those in our age group. His modeled airplanes and all of our school yearbooks. Okay, so that's it for today. So, yep. Bye, everyone. Bye. And if you're from, say, Ed's, well, my school, or wherever it is, my school, I'll see you tomorrow.